How's it going, gents?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing very well. And actually, should I be saying, Your Highness to yourself, Walton, because it's true that you are descendant from an Irish king.
Oh wow!
Oh,
I'm
fuck
so
yeah.
happy that you brought that up. Yes, yes. Actually, you could
If
say
you got Irish royalty
Niles
here,
of the
it's
Nine
clearly
Hostages.
mean. Oh, for God's
Niles of the
sake.
Nine Hostages. Me and 2 million other people that are descended from Ireland. But my son wears it like like he walks around like he's a king, and in
I
some ways, I guess he is. Yeah, that
I
was
love
we
it.
learned that on 23andMe, and yeah.
My
Can I get an
Amazing.
Irish passport?
my
Is what I'm
my
saying.
my people, I have one. My people are from Cork and we don't like kings very much. So I don't know where you're going with that.
I was actually going to say because it's lovely to ha see like sort of two Irish people involved in the Fallout series. So your
Yeah.
heritage is from Cork. My husband is actually from Cork, so it's a great
Oh,
county.
Well,
it is the best.
And Jonah, for yourself, like the Fallout series, it is such a massive undertaking considering the way the games kind of flow. It changes depending on your choices that you make in the game. So how do you narrow it down and know what kind of plot points to take and what to leave out? Because one thing that actually really stood out to me was I love how you used the VATs. I thought that was a really cool
Oh, thank
integration
you.
into the story.
Thank you. One of the challenges, but also one of the most exciting things for us about this adaptation was the fact that Fallout, you have some great games that are basically movies with playable bits. Fallout has never been like that. These are open world games in which your version of playing that game may be very different than mine. So daunting on the one hand, but on the other hand, very exciting for us because it meant that we, along with Geneva and Graham, the showrunners, got a chance to tell an original story within this fantastic universe, as every game has done. All of the Fallout games have different characters, a different story within this larger universe. So, kind of for me, a perfect place, a perfect arena in which we got to play.
yeah, can I jump in here really quickly? I'm
Sure.
just so curious about.
You weren't really asked to contribute
It
to
doesn't really matter. I just jump in anyway, no matter what.
that.
The other thing, the way that they orchestrated this experience is it feels like these three characters, myself and Ella and Aaron, or in some ways an avatar, right? They can't control us, but they do feel the way that Jonah kind of constructed it. These are our avatars that are constantly faced with choices,
Mm.
moral dilemmas. And that in and of itself is kind of reminiscent of the game and the kind of the player experience. And we talked about that, at least the actors did when we were filming it. And a lot of these choices we didn't anticipate. We read them when we read the scripts, and they're constantly we're constantly going up against these or having these opportunities to change. And it's like, well, which way are you going to go? And that's been it was an interesting experience.
Yeah,
Mm.
and I think with the Ghoul especially, like it kind of blended kind of your both your dramatic and your comedic skills really, really nicely because he has some absolutely brilliant one-liners and such a great swagger, almost kind of sexiness, dare I say it, about him.
Let's
So
Great,
let's
like,
not
thanks.
get carried
You,
away.
you said it.
The
You said it,
ego
not me.
here, the ego here was already healthy enough.
You see, that's what she said.
but one question that I do have to ask you is those lasso skills at in the very first scene in this episode, were they real or was that totally faked?
And thank you for not answering. All of it was real. I did all of it. No, I'm just kidding. That is so difficult to do. What was really interesting is that we can say this, that I think, and you can stop me
You can
if
say it.
not.
Off camera, it's me.
Well, that
It's me doing the lasso.
yeah, he's doing
Walt didn't do his
lassos.
homework, so I
But
had to
that
step in.
the opening of the story was the very first day that I had the opportunity to play Cooper Howard.
Yeah.
And it was the first day that Jonah, got to film Cooper Howard, right? And so we still didn't know who he was. I mean, we're still kind of figuring that out. But they had given me a rope, I don't know, 5 months earlier, and it was just saddled with one skill, which is to kind of like just try to do a loop. It took me 5 months. And on that day was the first day that I got it. And he was busy directing and he was just about to go into a shot. And I said, Jonah, look, man, I got it. I got it. I mean, like, it was the most basic skill that was never used. But yeah, but I did do it one
You
time.
made it look good.
Yeah.
You can show it off at the premiere maybe or something like that.
Yes.
But look, unfortunately, that's all we have time for. Thank you so, so much, folks. And, Walton, if you're ever coming to Dublin, there is a Goggins pub in Monkstown that you should check out.
I'm there. I'm coming. I'm coming.
Thanks so much.
Take
Lovely to
care.
meet you.
You should not be alone. Why did you join the Brotherhood?
To hurt the people who hurt me?
People are going to come after you.
Ain't much stage cleanup here, Volty. Well, now that is a very small drop in a very, very large bucket of drugs.